Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today's video is going to be about 5 things that only locals know about Colorado Springs. So if you're headed this way or you're going to be taking the time to visit our city, definitely stay tuned. This video is for you. Alright, so like we said, today's video is going to be 5 things that only locals know about Colorado Springs. And that's really what our channel is about. Everything there is to do in Colorado Springs, Colorado Front Range, where to eat, work, live, play, whatever it is. So if you're headed this way, you're going to be spending some time, you're maybe thinking about a move, and it's good information for you. Definitely take the time, subscribe to the channel, hit the little bell so you get all the notifications whenever we post a new video. We're posting at least 1 new video, sometimes multiple a week. We want to make sure that we get you all the information that you need to know about our awesome Colorado location. And also, we get calls and texts every single day about people that are moving here. It never ceases to amaze me how many people are moving to Colorado right now. So that's our job, is to find the best place for you to live here in our awesome state, and then also to answer any questions you have about the local area so you're super confident in whatever decision you make. So if that's beneficial for you, definitely take the time, reach out, call, text, email, whatever it is, we're here for you. We want to make sure you get taken care of. All right, so let's jump right into it. 5 things that only locals know about Colorado Springs. So I'll take the first one. Number 1 for me is where the good trails are. So I'm a big outdoors person. I love to trail run, hike, things like that. Hike, camp, climb, whatever it is. Anything outside is really what I love to do. And there's some spots in Colorado Springs that just get inundated with people. Like the trails get flooded, and it's on, especially in the summertime, and it can be a little bit hectic. You can't find a place to park at the trailhead, whatever it is. So there's places like Guard of the Gods, for example. Beautiful location. You got to check it out. But it's not really a place that locals go to run or to hike a lot, because it does get super, super crowded. So I'm going to give you one place that I really, really like, and then I know Sam's got a couple ideas as well of just places that are going to be a lot less crowded. It's going to be a local crowd that you're going to get just a lot more freedom, a little bit more elbow room. So the first one for me is out in Black Forest, so northeast of Colorado Springs. There's an area called Section 16. It's a 1 mile square section that is a county park. And there's a trail that goes all the way around. It's called Section 16 Trail. Imagine that. So it's a 4 mile loop. So there's a main parking lot. You can run 4 miles, hike, whatever you want to do. It's a shared trail with horses as well. So a lot of times you'll see a lot of horse trailers there and people out, riding the trail. But it's just a great location because it's out away from everything. You only get locals out there. It's not nearly as crowded as a lot of the other trails. So Section 16 out in Black Forest, that's a big one for me as a local guy. What about you?
I would say over on the west side, kind of opposite of where Chris is talking about, is Red Rocks open space.
Yeah.
Absolutely love it. Still close to Garden of the Gods and kind of part of the same rock formations. Mm-hmm. So you still get like really, really pretty views while you're out on the trail.
Yeah.
Tons of stuff to do in there. Like you had mentioned, some climbing that you can do in there, kind of on those sandstone slabs. A little bit easier to climb in there, right?
Yep.
And yeah, I don't know. That's just one of my favorite spots in the city. That it's just not. It's kind of off the beaten path a little bit, but not really. It's right there on 24.
Yeah.
But not a lot of people know about it because the entrance right there is like pretty small. Yeah. It's not as popular as Garden of the Gods. So great spot.
Yeah, Red Rocks open space right off Highway 24. There's a lot of trails there, and the trails in Red Rocks open space. There's a lot kind of close by to the parking lot, but then there's trails that go all the way. I think it's called Ring the Peak Trail that goes all the way around Pikes Peak, and on the back side is where you can actually tie to that trail. So yeah, huge trail system. Yeah, good place to climb for sure. So Red Rocks open space over on the west side. So those are 2. There's a lot more obviously, but you guys got to reach out if you want more local information on where to hike and climb and things like that. What's another thing for you? Only locals know.
Food.
Yeah.
So Colorado Springs is kind of infamous
probably,
infamous for being chain restaurant city.
Yeah, definitely.
So lots and lots of chain restaurants here, but the locals will know where the good local food spots are.
Right. Yeah.
One of my favorite places is downtown, right at the corner of Tejon and Moreno. There's just a plethora of amazing restaurants, bars, little speakeasies like in back alleys, things like that.
Right.
That I absolutely love. We'll go and make a whole night of it sometimes, and and hit all the restaurants down there that we can for, dinner and dessert and a drink after dessert, maybe.
Nice.
Whatever the case may be. So,
what are a couple places specifically down there?
Yeah, so I love Kawadi down there, and it is getting a lot more popular quickly just because it is so good. But I love Kawadi down there. It's kind of like a food co-op space.
Right, yeah, okay.
So they have, 6-7 different restaurants in there, a couple of bars inside, Pikes Peak Lager House. Fat Sully's is my favorite pizza joint down there.
Yeah.
And that's also tied in with Denver Biscuit Company. Dos Santos, fantastic tacos down there. So those are just a few of the spots. But whether it be Mexican or Italian or Asian or whatever the case may be, there's quite a few good spots sprinkled throughout the Springs.
Right,
And in a couple of places that you really wouldn't expect them to
Don't expect to see good food, right?
And so if you want more info on that, definitely reach out because I can help you out.
Sam's got the food places down pretty good.
Yeah.
One place that I'll mention real quick, and again, this is I live up in the Black Forest area, northeast of town, is Black Forest Bistro is right at the corner of Shoup Road and Black Forest. So it's kind of in the town, if you will, of Black Forest, which is basically a couple churches and a gas station and a barbecue place. But there used to be, it was kind of like a roadside grill kind of bar type of place, and somebody else bought it out recently, so now it's kind of, I guess, a high-end bistro, if you will. So food's delicious, a little bit pricier, not the biggest portions, kind of the classic bistro style. But Black Forest Bistro is definitely a place that I don't think most locals even know about it quite yet. So it's definitely, if you want some good quality food, it's definitely a nice little getaway spot, kind of get out of town just a little bit, get up in the trees, kind of feel like you're in the mountains a little bit more, and enjoy some awesome food up there. So so there is really a ton of great local food, just we're not really known for it, so you got to know somebody that lived here for quite a while to know where those spots are. All right, so another thing that only locals are going to know about, and Sam, I got to let you take this one because you mentioned this to me earlier and I didn't know what you were talking about, and I've lived here for 16 years, so go ahead, man.
Our library system. Our library system is fantastic. PPLD, the Pikes Peak Library District, is, I don't know, it blows me away every time I go in there, right? Sounds super nerdy, sounds super niche, but like the libraries are great here. So one of my favorite things that they have, you can go down there, get your library card for free if you're a resident here, and they've got audiobook rentals for free. So, if you're having a tough time finding your favorite books, or you want to try out some books before you're going to go ahead and buy those or whatever, spend the money on them, you can rent audiobooks from the library now. They have studio space down there for videos, any sort of media that you can think of, recording studio space for music. There's one library has like a 3D print shop in there with all sorts of like 3D printers. It's amazing. They have so much stuff down there. Free computer space everywhere you look in there, and of course like your classic library stuff, like all the books that you can think of. But entrepreneurial resources for business owners, different like classes, like if you just want to learn about random different subjects or whatever.
Nice.
It just seems like they've got something for everybody down there at the libraries. Blows me away.
I got to check them out more myself. I know they also have like conference room space you can reserve. A lot of folks working from home now. A lot of businesses have kind of closed down their office space, but they still need a place to meet. So I have heard people will reserve conference rooms because they're pretty nice. And they have media stuff in the room, so it just fits for a business. And there's several locations. There's probably 7 or 8 maybe across town, out in Falcon, so east of town. I know there's one downtown. So there's a lot of branches around town for the Pikes Peak Library District, though. So libraries, who would have known? Definitely something you got to be a local to know that, because like I said, I didn't even really know that.
Right.
So another thing that I think only local, and this is a big thing nationwide right now, is farmers markets, right? So farmers markets are everywhere, but they're not all created equal, and I think there's some really good ones in town. And it's your normal farmer market stuff, right? I mean, it's homemade baked goods, goat cheese soap, or whatever the heck, I mean, there's the farmer market stuff, right? So there's one out, I'm gonna hit it again, Black Forest. There's another one out in Black Forest, kind of in that same area, Shoup and Black Forest Road, right in that little town center. There's a nice farmers market. It goes, I don't know exactly when it starts. I think this weekend coming up is the last weekend for it. So it usually starts kind of springtime, of course, and it goes through the summer and early fall until the weather starts to cool off a little bit. kind of normal farmer market time, I think. But yeah, so it's a really good one. They've got a lot of stuff. A lot of locals take produce there. Like I said, a lot of baked goods. Our neighbor actually sells pies and sweetbreads and stuff there. So it's just a really cool one, and it's a small town feel to it, kind of. And again, because it's just a little bit outside of Colorado Springs. And when I say outside of Colorado Springs, it's like 10, 15-minute drive. It's not like it's an hour outside of town. So a lot of people don't make it out there except for the locals that really hit up a lot of farmers markets. What about you guys? Do you go to any?
Yeah, one of the more popular ones that we really like is the farmers market. I think it takes place over at Bancroft Park.
Oh, Colorado City.
Yeah, OCC over on the west side. If you want some really good Instagram opportunities, some very aesthetic Instagram opportunities, that'll be the farmers market for you. Nice. It's in classic like old Colorado City, so it's super pretty, and they've got everything that you can think of there. One of my favorite things I had last time, there was a gentleman roasting green chilies like on the spot, like hashed green chilies. Yeah. So good. So we love going down and like just basically getting a taste of the town all in one day right down there. I think last time we got like some craft kombucha that was locally made.
Okay, yeah.
The green chilies, some salsa, all the goat cheese that your heart desires.
It's a farmer market staple, apparently.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Amelia picked up like some of the fancy soaps and stuff they make down there, all that stuff. So ton of fun, and it's right there. They really have them all over the city, but I would say those are probably two of the better ones.
The better ones, yeah. Like Sam said, they're all over the city. It seems like, especially in like kind of prime time in the middle of the summer. Yeah. But those are two that you'll definitely see a ton of locals at. All right, so we're gonna give you one more, and this is a place to go: Monument Valley Park. So we've said before in other videos that Colorado Springs, one great thing about the town, a ton of parks, be it city, state, county parks, whatever it is. There's a ton of parks right here in Colorado Springs and in the surrounding area. So Monument Valley Park, it's an awesome park because it's right downtown Colorado Springs. It's right off I-25, kind of butts up to downtown Colorado Springs where Colorado College is. It's off of Uinta and I-25. If you check it out on a map, Uinta and I-25 is kind of the exit that you get off of to go to it. And Monument Valley Park kind of had a bad rap for a little bit just because, like a lot of cities that are kind of going through some growing pains, we had some homeless, folks that had an encampment down there. And, it was kind of getting a little bit run down. The city didn't quite pay as much attention to it. But that's definitely flipped 180. In the last couple of years, man, it's back to being just a beautiful park. They've put in some more infrastructure. One of the biggest things that they've done down there is pickleball courts. Pickleball taking the nation by storm, including Colorado Springs. I think there's probably 20 pickleball courts in like the main part of Monument Valley Park. So you got pickleball courts. They still have a couple tennis courts left. They've got a big playground area. I've got a little 4-year-old, so I'll go down there with them. And there's, probably like, 6 to 12 slides, just swings, everything you can think of for a little kid. They have a pavilion area. They even have a swimming pool there. I've never swam there, so I know it's open to the public, but I don't know exactly what that process is. But anyway, Monument Valley Park. It's right in downtown Colorado Springs, right on the edge of Fountain Creek. What is it? Monument Creek. The stream that runs through downtown Colorado Springs butts right up to it. Yeah. The bike trail parallels it, so you can ride your bike from Monument all the way down there. But yeah, it's just a great area, and it's not that popular. And I think because it wasn't really, like I said, kind of had that bad rap for a little while, it's not really that popular. So I go down there all the time, and it's not really that busy. I don't know if you guys make it down there much or...
No, we do, and I feel like another, kind of part of the reason. So like Chris was saying, it backs up against Colorado College and then pieces of the old North End.
Right, yeah.
So it's kind of like tucked back in there, kind of hidden almost between like the interstate and that downtown spot. So it almost like on a map kind of looks like a sliver back there. Yeah. So it doesn't stand out like America the Beautiful Park or
you don't really
Memorial
see it,
Park. You don't really see it right there. But we love going to play some grass volleyball back there.
Okay, nice,
Tons of fun. Spike ball.
Yeah.
Another
also taking the nation by storm.
Yeah. Absolutely love going to play back there. And the creek, like the whole backdrop is just beautiful, especially from that east side of the creek, like looking back toward the peak and everything.
Right,
but it's super, like, especially in the summertime, getting into early fall, super green and lush. We love taking walks back there, just like some after dinner walks. We go get dinner downtown, go park the car over there, take a walk through all the big oak trees or cottonwood trees.
Right,
I don't know exactly what they are, but it's just really pretty back there. So love that park.
Manitou Valley Park, definitely a little hidden gem in Colorado Springs for sure. So those are 5 things, 5, 6, I don't remember what we talked about, but those are about 5 things that only locals are going to know about Colorado Springs. Obviously, there's a ton more that only locals are going to know. So again, if you guys have any questions or if you want more information about any of the places that we mentioned, definitely feel free to reach out. We'll get you whatever we can. And if there's just any other places you're curious about that maybe we didn't talk about, reach out to us. Hit us up in the comments below, call, text, email, whatever's best for you. Reach out to us. Again, we just want to make sure we get you all the information about our awesome city of Colorado Springs. So if you guys need anything, if you're thinking about moving here, maybe you're already headed this way, definitely reach out to us. We want to make sure you guys set up for success whenever you get to Colorado Springs. Thanks.